Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your mid-month update for January by popular demand. A lot of you asked for me to do mid-month updates, so here they are. We're going to go ahead and see what is going on for our friends, our Sagittarius friends in love. I'm going to use this deck to check up on the energy, see what has shifted, see what's changed. And then I'm going to use this deck here to do a little bit of advice afterwards, or guidance or general messages for like healing or whatever comes up for Sagittarius in love. All right, guys. Be sure to check out your weekly forecast too. I don't just do love. I do like love, money, family. I do like career, family, money readings as well. And those are every single week. And they're called the weekly forecast. So check out the weekly forecasts. They're already up on the channel as well. But I'm going to pull 5 cards now for your update. See what's going on with the Sagittarius. Love energies, mid-month, January. See what's happening. 6 of Wands. So you're overcoming something, Sagittarius. Congratulations. I know with the initial reading that you all had in the beginning of the month, there was something about having to make big decisions, having to decide overcoming something, having to make a choice. And 6 of Wands tells me you handled it like a boss. You handled it like a champ. I think some of you are feeling super proud because you were finally able to stand up to somebody who's been putting your heart through hell. I feel like some of you have had maybe somebody that was coming in and out of your life and you're like, nope. And I think like every single time this person went away, you were like, when they come back, no, I'm not letting them in. And yet they weaseled their way back in. And every single time you were like, no, it's not going to happen again. And it would happen again. I feel this time, Sagittarius, you were finally able to be like, no, it's not. And you were able to like put your foot down and you were able to stand your ground. Congratulations to you. You are free of this person. It is done. I think you were really able to finally break some kind of really negative karmic soulmate cycle for some of you. For some of you, you've overcome a really massive fear or a really massive block that has been holding you back in love, or you began to take steps to heal it. So maybe you went ahead and you got into counseling or spoke to somebody about it, or you're beginning to do some kind of work to heal or to release. Maybe some of you full on began taking steps. Maybe some of you have a date. I feel like some of you have a date, like your first date in a long time that you've been able to set up. And that's very, very exciting. Okay, my dears. Next one here is 10 of Wands. And 10 of Wands to me, again, is like some negative cycle is ending. I don't necessarily want to say negative cycle. Sometimes it could be that you're ending a negative cycle. But sometimes it could just be that something you've been working really hard to accomplish is finally coming to completion. And it's been something that maybe you've been getting very tired having to do. You've been putting your all into it. It's been maybe a bit of a heavy burden. And you're finally getting ready to put it down. You're finally getting ready to be done. So I think some of you maybe have been trying to get your life together, or you've been trying to get to a certain point where you can have the stability in your love life or have something more serious, and you're almost there. You're really able to make room for this new soulmate coming in. I feel some of you, a lot of it has been about getting away from certain people, like getting away from toxic family or toxic frenemies. Excuse me. I feel some of you have been really working hard to just get away from some negativity in your life. And now that you're finally away from it, you're attracting in new people or a new vibe. And a new partner is going to be coming in for you. Or you're coming over a really difficult time with an existing partner, or like a relationship is coming into a better time. But overall, it's a positive shift in like your love energy. Okay. Ooh, the Hermit. Okay. So the Hermit is like spiritual awakening. All right. Spiritual awakening. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you all are like gonna be like staying single, because I do feel a lot of you are doing healing work to bring somebody in. Okay. or making room for a person, or have good news moving forward with a person. So the Hermit could be more that as you're healing, a part of your healing is going to be that you're taking some time out to spend some time alone. And that's how you're recharging your battery. Maybe some of you are learning to be in a healthy relationship where you can still have your alone time. Maybe for some of you, this is your challenge. Like, you really love your alone time. And so being in a relationship kind of scares you a little bit because you don't know how you're going to handle that or deal that. And a lot of you Sagittarius, you're finding a healthy balance between these two. You're finding a healthy balance in making time for you and having the you time and opening up and spending time with another person. For some of you who've overcome and you've kicked somebody to the curb and you're releasing that energy, you're clearing it out of your system. Some of you are full on deciding, you know what, I'm good right now. I'm good. I'm just going to take some time to really connect with myself, get to know myself. I'm even hearing dating myself. Some of you are saying, I'm going to date myself for a while. But as you're going through this time, and I want to say, you know, the Hermit, even though it's about spending time alone, it's not like in an emo way. It's not like, oh, I'm so alone and I'm so lonely and I'm so depressed and nobody loves me. And I'm not saying you're going to, like, you know, lock yourself up in the room and listen to whatever the emo music is these days. In my day, it was, you know, the Smiths and the Cure and Morrissey, and I love all that. I love all that, you know. But I'm not saying you're gonna like lock yourself up and like be in this depressiveness or listening to like this emo music or something. But Hermit is like, you like spending that time alone, and like you're feeling refreshed spending that time alone, and you're having a lot of epiphanies and realizations about yourself. I always see the Hermit as like the butterfly, the caterpillar going into the cocoon. You're about to come out a butterfly, but right now you're in that cocoon stage and you're forming, you're developing, and then you're going to have these beautiful massive wings before you know it. And when you come out of the cocoon, you're coming out into a whole new world. You're going to be like in a much higher vibration. You're going to be going to a lot higher places. You're going to be meeting and connecting with people who are your soul family, your soul tribe. So then when you do get into a relationship, it's much higher caliber, and it's going to have the ability to last. It's going to have the ability to be long-term and to be really what you wanted and what you deserve. Okay, Ace of Cups, new emotional experience. So as you're coming out of this Hermit mode, like, it's happening fast. It's happening fast. It's almost like, Sagittarius, I feel like the second you're making the decision that, like, my heart is open, I know what I want, I'm ready, I'm healed, I'm ready to trust, I'm ready to be trusted, I'm ready to let someone into my life, it's happening fairly quickly. It's happening fairly quickly. And it's happening, I feel, for some of you in a very unexpected way. When I see Ace of Cups, it's like a whole new way of loving. So you're coming into, for a lot of you, for the first time in a long time, a truly healthy relationship. Like, you're done with the narcissist, you're done with the sociopath, you're done with the gaslighter, you're done with the ghosting type people, you're done with the players, you're done, and you're coming into really joyful experiences, like the kind of relationship where you can really plan on building a home with a person, like creating a life with a person. Some of you, I feel, I don't know why, just intuitively, some of you are having some surprise coming in terms of children. Like, I think a lot of you had given up on kids, and somebody's coming in and they're like, I want kids, and I want kids with you. And maybe you've had this pattern or this cycle where, like, back to back, you've just had people who are like, well, I don't want to have kids, or I can't have kids. I actually had one client who was like, why do I keep attracting partners who can't have children? Like, she wanted to have kids so bad, but it was like every single guy that she dated, like, they were infertile, and she was like, what the heck? And so some of you might have had like the cycle where maybe you have wanted it, like, as a part of like your love life. You were thinking about like marriage and having a family, and maybe there were some blocks or obstacles, and something is finally opening up where, like, this is coming in. Something with family or planning a family. Six of Swords, man, I have to tell you, this is a beautiful card. This is leaving the drama and the craziness behind you. Remember how I said some of you mid-month are getting ready to leave down some craziness or put it down or be done with it? By the end of the month, you are. You're done with it. You're done with it. You're leaving the past behind you. You're going forward with a clean slate. Some of you may be taking a trip or a vacation. Some of you may be planning a little bit of a getaway to get to know somebody better. And some of you are rebuilding. You're healing a relationship. I think some of you have been with somebody for a very long time and you were really ready to walk away. And when that happened, they really stepped up and you all are getting a fresh start for some of you. But regardless, whatever it is, whatever's been like kind of haunting you in your love life or giving you a hard time or whatever has been challenging you, you're leaving it behind you in January. I feel that it's a whole new energy, a whole new way of loving, a whole new kind of romantic partner, a whole new way of, you know, experiencing love is coming in for a lot of you. And Sagittarius, I feel intuitively, I feel a lot of you had really been caught up with the sexual aspect of relationships where like you felt like you had to really perform sexually and that was maybe intimidating you. So like even when you were with somebody or you would have sex with somebody, you'd be really in your head about like, did I do a good job? Are they happy with me? Have they had better? Maybe even obsessing with that kind of thing. And this is just coming up intuitively. It's not necessarily in the cards. And you're healing this in January where like you're like, well, you know, yes, sex is an important part of a relationship, but I'm a whole and complete person. And the more I have a healthy connection with somebody, the more satisfying, you know, the sexual aspect of the relationship will be. I feel some of you had a very insecure energy or felt very insecure about measuring up sexually or like looking a certain way or performing a certain way or acting a certain way or even doing certain things in bed that maybe you weren't comfortable doing. You're finally coming out of that energy. You're finally coming out of that fear and that insecurity, and you're confident with yourself, not because you've like learned to be a porn star, but because you're realizing that you're enough, that whatever you do, whatever your way is, whatever your style is, whatever you're into and whatever you're not into is absolutely fine the way you are in this moment. So you're leaving behind a lot of insecurity or blockage in that way. So I'm excited for you, Sagittarius. Again, check out your moon, sun, and rising sign and see what those have to say, because the energies are going to be different for different ones of you. And depending on what you have in your chart, you're going to have different energies, okay? You're going to have different things going on. So description, in the video description, lists my contact info if you want a private reading. It lists the different options for reading. And very soon there's going to be a new system put up where you guys can just go online and order readings online and we won't have to go back and forth. It's going to be a lot easier. I have an assistant who's helping me out with it. I cannot wait for it to be set up, guys. And then hopefully the turnaround time will speed up. Right now my turnaround time is 5 days for a reading. So be patient with me. Okay, so let's go ahead and do... Let's see what the advice here is for love for you all. Okay. Free yourself, okay? So this, for some of you, this is actually walking away from a person who you know is bad for you, right? Having that victory, right? That we talked about. Now, freeing yourself could also be maybe there's a situation or thing that you've been maybe obsessing about, or you've been going around in a circle. And I said, I feel like some of you maybe have really been going around in a circle in your head or been very insecure about like sex or how you are in the relationship or trying to like be sexy. Like that could be a bit of an obsession for some of you that you're having to free yourself from. This card can sometimes necessarily just be where you're in the cycle of like judging yourself a lot or being in fear or like trying to figure out why somebody was a certain way, or just really obsessing about a situation. And this is asking you to let it go, to be able to just kind of, again, you know, come into that smoother sailing, okay? Some of you, this is effortless. It's happening because you're open to it and you're surrendered and you're ready. Some of you, it's going to take work and you're being encouraged to let it go and to free yourself from obsessing about that situation. The situation involves marriage. Okay, so this card actually can sometimes have a meaning. This is what the creator of the deck said when I went to a workshop for it. This card sometimes has a meaning of dealing with a person who has a fear of commitment. So some of you may be feeling a little bit haunted. Maybe you had a relationship where it was going really well, and then like they ran away and you can't figure out why, or they pulled away. This person has a fear of commitment. Things were going well, and when things began going really well, they may be ghosted. They couldn't deal with it and they ran away. For some of you, that's the case. For a lot of other ones of you, it's letting you know though that if you can free yourself from like obsessing about these different things about you, or past relationships, or a current relationship that maybe isn't going anywhere, if you're able to release it, for those of you who want marriage, you're going to be able to manifest marriage. And until you release yourself and leave that past behind you, you're not going to be able to move into marriage or living with somebody or having like that close relationship. All right, my dears? I'm going to do a pick a card reading in a couple of days after I do the weekly forecasts. I don't just do love reading, guys. If you want to know about like finances and career and family and stuff like that, check out the weekly forecasts that I do every single week. Those are already up on the channel. And then if you need a private reading, description has my contact info and everything there too. So be sure to subscribe and hit notification. That way you won't miss any of the videos. Thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting. And I look forward to getting to know you guys, reading for you, or keeping in touch on social media, whatever it may be. But those of you who I have gotten to know, thank you. I'm enjoying getting to know you. And I hope you all will keep me posted. Take care.